A Republican House staffer was trying to get one of his friends an interning gig within Congress. And here's the problem, though. He's a Republican, and his female friend is a Democrat. But it's okay. She has some redeeming qualities, as the email will indicate. So he sends the email to his employers, and the subject line says, Hot D, standing for Democrat, intern prospect. One of my friends from college, just graduated and is trying to intern on the Hill this summer. She is a smoke show from FSU, and she happens to be a Dem. So I'm having trouble finding her a spot. She's a smart girl and has worked for FEMA. She's real cool and gets along with everyone. If one of your interns falls through, or you can squeeze another in, give her a shot.
Yeah, look, I'm close to a pardon on this, which might surprise you, okay?
No, it doesn't.
and I'll tell you why. Look, of course it's inappropriate. And of course you shouldn't send around a resume on Capitol Hill based on whether someone's a smoke show or not, right? That shouldn't be among her qualifications. But the reality is anyone who uses smoke show in a letter is obviously incredibly young. He probably just got out of school, over last couple of years, etc. And I know I got nephews that are in college now. Everybody uses that terminology. And I'm like Grandpa Cenk, and I'm like, oh, smoke show, that's kind of cool. Okay, I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, I get it. So here's this young kid who's being an idiot. He's trying to help a friend out.
Although she's a Dem and her ideology is kind of stupid, but she has that redeeming quality of being a smoke show. She's hot. She's got the boobannies.
Well, she didn't say that.
He didn't say that, but come on. I mean, Cenk, just think about that for a second, okay? I mean, how, degrading is it to just be considered, dumb or whatever? Oh, you're not really qualified for this job.
No, but you see, I think you're reading too into it. Because he didn't say she was dumb. He didn't say she wasn't qualified. He said almost the opposite in some portions of the letter. And look, he's a Republican, so obviously he doesn't agree with her. She's a Democrat.
And
he's trying to help her out anyway.
To be fair, he does say she's a smart girl, worked for FEMA, right? But that wasn't his emphasis. His emphasis was she's hot. It'd be nice to have a hot girl in the office.
And look, the other part of this, my defense of him, is that it's possible that he is interpreting what other people might want. So he's saying to other people, hey, if you're interested in hiring her, another advantage for you is that she's a smoke show. So hence, hire her. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's a way of helping her out in a sense.
You're right. He is helping her out. And who doesn't want to have women that are just eye candy in the office? Well, it's totally true. I mean, it's nice to have pretty little things that you can just look at, even if you don't consider them that useful, right?
Finally, you're getting what I'm saying.
You might even be able to grab a couple asses,
So, okay, you guys are saying, look, I get he's guilty. I get that.
I'm not saying...
I'm saying a pardon indicates you're already guilty, but then I'm giving you a pardon after your guilt.
So let me be 100% clear on this. I'm not calling for him to get fired. I'm not outraged by this. I am a little amused by it, but he is guilty. That's not the kind of mentality that you should have. Go ahead.
Drop it. Yeah, you had to know it was coming.
We're dropping.
Okay, Justice Jackson, Justice Godoy, we're fairly clear on the record here. I think we can all agree that he's guilty. The question is, should he get a pardon? Justice Godoy.
I will say no pardon. You don't want to read this going forward. It's you give them an inch, they're going to take an arm later.
What?
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Chief Justice concerned about the precedent that is being set here. Okay, I like it. That's forward thinking.
You are the fairest judge. I don't know, maybe it's insulting to say this, but I'm kind of shocked.
Chief Justice Godoy does have a long history of siding with sex in any way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Okay. Justice Jackson, there's been a devastating opinion delivered here.
Well, what's the alternative? He gets fired or something?
No. This is just... I don't know if you know this, but the TYT Supreme Court doesn't actually exist.
Exactly.
They were just having a conversation of whether we pardon him.
No.
No, wow, 3-1 I'm outvoted.
You don't pardon him. No,
you guys are wrong.
It's setting the tone, man. It's setting the tone. And even if you're playing, it's setting the tone. It could be a problem later.
No, look, the problem is you guys are actually right, okay? You're right on all the substance and all the arguments, etc., right? But you're not taking into account that he's a young kid who probably always talks like that. Didn't even realize it was a problem.
You've been giving a lot of passes to people based on their age lately. First that like racist 13-year-old in Australia, and now this kid. You're like, and by the way, you don't even know how old he is. You're just assuming that he's young. And look, if he's graduating,
Look, I'll grant you this: if he's 48 years old and he's talking about smoke shows at the office, okay, no, gone, fired. Okay, I don't know about fired, but look, I'm just saying this isn't the end of the world. And you guys are right about the precedent. Make sure he gets that was a dumb thing to do. He doesn't do it again. Nobody does it again. And then say, all right, have you learned from it? Yeah, no, God, it was so stupid. All right,
by the way,
you're free to go.
One more point, okay? If you are bringing in interns, you're giving people opportunities just based on their looks. It also squeezes people out that are qualified for that job, right? And that includes guys. So he's a guy and he's not a smoke show, so he's not going to get that internship? That's
Sad
ridiculous.
day for him. He should have gone and created some smoke. It's a definitive non-smoke show. I get that discriminates against me, but that's why we decided he was guilty in the first place.